This is by far the most asked question. If you're an expat living in Switzerland, thinking about buying a property, you will have also these questions in your mind. Should you get a SARON or a fixed rate mortgage? I'm a former banker myself. I've helped dozens of expats buying their property in Basel, Zurich, Zug or Schwyz. And let's dive into it. The SARON, Swiss average rate overnight. This is like a very flexible model. You will have SARONs with a duration of 3 to 5 years. This is very common for cantonal banks or Raiffeisen. And you will have SARON with no binding of time and like a 3 months duration, which are very flexible. And the cool thing about the SARON is you are very flexible and the interest rate is very low because you pay the margin of the bank and the SARON itself. The SARON is now at 0%, meaning you are going to pay only the SARON margin, usually 0.65 to 1.2%. This is what the bank earns. It really depends on your situation, what kind of margin you will become and how good your situation is with the banks. Now, if you'd like to have a SARON, you can later switch to a fixed rate mortgage. You have this possibility. A negative touch point is if the interest rates go up very fast. I've seen that in COVID 2022. There was like SARON margins of 0.8%, and then COVID happened and the SARON margins went up to 3%. I had a lot of fathers who called me, hey, what are you doing? When I used to work in a bank, they called us, hey, what are you doing? You charge us too much. Are you crazy? No, we're not crazy. It's your responsibility to keep up with the rates. Really, you have to watch the rates if you have a SARON. If something like this happens, you have to be sure that you can pay 3 times the rates. So we had clients who had families, children, and they had to pay like 3 times the usual rate, and that's gonna hurt you. And the cool thing is, right now you pay like below 1% for your mortgage, meaning if you have a SARON margin of 0.8% and you have a mortgage of 1 million, it's 8,000 in interest payments per year. That will be per month like below 700 francs per month, so it's very, very cheap. This is for someone who has like a very high income, someone who keeps up with the rates, and someone who is not afraid to pay more, someone who is a little bit more of a gambler, who sees the risks, who sees the rewards, and is not afraid of paying a little bit more if something happens. Now the fixed rate mortgages, this is by far the most popular one. For example, the 10-year fixed mortgage rate. You can have 2 to 10 years in duration. You can fix your mortgage for 10 years, 5 years, whatever you like. Within this time, if the rates go up, you still pay your rate you agreed on. If the rates go down, you still pay the rate you agreed on. And that's like a cool thing. While COVID, the 10 years fixed rates were at like 3%. Now they are between 1.5 and 2%. It really depends on your situation. You need to work with a broker if you have not one. Now, what should you do? If you are planning to leave Switzerland in 3 years, you should not get a fixed rate mortgage for 10 years. It doesn't make sense. You have to think for yourself, how long are you going to live in this property? How long are you going to stay in Switzerland? Or do you have to relocate to maybe a different country for your job? These are very important questions. And who should get a fixed rate mortgage? It's someone who needs a fixed budget, who likes to know what they are going to pay today, tomorrow, in a year. Someone who doesn't want to keep up with the rates, who just want to live in his house, pay his interest and not have to worry about anything, then fixed rates are something for you. Now, let's see. Now, if you want to figure out what product is very good for you, SARON or fixed rate, you have 4 questions you should ask yourself. Number 1, if the rates go up by 1%, is it going to hurt you? Yes or no? Would you think, oh no man, I should have changed it, or hey, it is what it is? So think about that. The second thing is, do you have enough of financial liquidity on your side, which you can get every time for paying the higher interest rates? Yes or no? Number 3, are there any changes like moving to a bigger apartment, bigger house, relocating for job purposes? Are you moving out of the country? How long do you plan to stay in your property? Very important. Number 4, what are the predictions of the rates? Are they going up, down, or staying the same? So ask yourself these 4 questions and you will know what to do. There is a thing you can do. You don't have to close your whole mortgage just for a fixed rate or just for a SARON. You can also mix it. For example, you can put 30% of your mortgage in a SARON and 70% in a fixed rate mortgage for 10 years, meaning the bigger amount is safe budgeted for 10 years and the smaller amount is for a SARON, which you have more flexibility, you can pay it back, you have a lower interest rate, and that's how you can play it. You can make 50-50 and you can use this. It's called tranchieren in German. A lot of Swiss people do, and a lot of clients, they just do like 30% of SARON and 70% in fixed rate mortgage for 10 years. So you have the best of both. What most people do wrong is they just get like one offer from the bank and they sign it, and afterwards they see our videos and they know, okay, I could have get a better rate, because you need very low fixed costs like the rate. Because if you have high fixed costs for your mortgage, maybe you're not able to go to your vacations, maybe you could have gotten better vacations, you could have invested it, so that's what you're gonna lose. And the other thing is, don't choose the wrong duration just to save a little bit of money. You need the right duration for yourself, for your situation, SARON and fixed rate. It's very important to make an analysis. And don't close a too long duration just because. You need really to make an analysis on your situation to know which mortgage is the best for you. Now, if this whole thing sounds very interesting and you feel a little bit lost because it's a whole new thing for you, buying a property in Switzerland, and don't be afraid, there are a lot of people like you. We've helped dozens of expats in Switzerland buying their first property in Switzerland, their first home. And if you just want to lay back, have someone who explains it in English so you understand everything. And if you want to have a very good interest rate, just click on the link, get a free consultation. We will gonna tell you if we are able to help you, and you don't have to worry about anything. We will take care of your whole property buying process. We will explain everything in German, in English. You don't have to worry about anything. With us you will get a good team and a good rate, but only if we are able to help you. So click now on the link and fill out the form. See you.